Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening show today, albeit a bit late I would say. The T20 Champions League proper, as I said, the qualifying matches are over, and today the T20 Champions League 2012 proper started. The first match was between the Titans of South Africa versus the Perth Scorchers, and the verdict was Titans won the match by 39 runs. Now Titans made 163 for 4. This match was played at the Supersport Park in Centurion. 163 for 4 was on the board for the Titans. In fact, it was the Perth Scorchers who had actually won the toss and inserted the Titans in, and they made 163. Now this 163 was driven by a fine opening stand of 109 runs between Jacques Rudolph and Davids. What a exhilarating partnership it was. 109 in 12.2 overs. What a very good run rate it was. It was more than 9 runs per over. And Michael Beer went for plenty. If you look at the bowling figures, let's look at the bowling figures of what punishment they had to undergo from the Titans batsmen Jacques Rudolph and Davids. Michael Beer bowled 4 overs, 1 for 29. Remington went for 2 for 20. Many 1 for 29. Marsh 2 overs went for 26 runs. Hogg 4 overs went for 26. 2 overs for 32. Edmondson was the most costliest. He had 2 overs, 32 runs taken off him. Now the Titans, as I said, the opening partnership was the real feature of this particular innings of 109, because they would have been probably liking to make more runs, but they finished with 163 for 4 of 20 overs. But in the end, it didn't really matter, because the Titans bowlers also came to the party, and they bowled pretty well, and they restricted the Perth Scorchers to less than 163. Now the good thing about these Titans innings was Jacques Rudolph carried his bat, in the sense he just played through the whole innings. He was there on an unbeaten 83 of 59 balls with 9 fours and 3 sixes, so he's definitely proving something there. Davids was very impressive. What was good about Davids was that his use of the feet. Even for the pace bowlers, he was coming down the wicket, so he had so much time to play the strokes. He deposited certain strokes over mid-wicket for a 6. It was good to see. He had done 4 fours and an equal number of sixes in a knock of 54 of just 38 deliveries. Other than that, Jarsveld was out for 19. Behardin was out for a duck. Rees, as I said, he had a powerful strike rate of 162 before this Champions League started. He was out for a duck, and Rio Vandermeer was not out on 1. So 163 for 4. Probably it was a very good target, but again, one would have thought that the Perth Scorchers of Australia definitely had the wherewithal to deliver. But I would say there was some good bowling from the Titans bowlers too, like Alfonso Thomas 1 for 27, 1 for 32 from Links. Mabalati bowled 4 overs, none for 25. But the person who really made Perth Scorchers struggle and also took the wickets was C.J. devilliers. Now C.J. devilliers was given the man of the match, and rightly so. I thought it was a good choice, because if you look at the wickets that he took some very key wickets. He had the wicket of Shaun Marsh, who was out for 7. Marcus North was bowled by devilliers for duck. He was bowling superbly, and devilliers also had many. But 3 wickets for 16 in 2020 over cricket is definitely be admired. So he was really on the money. 3 for 16 for him, netting the man of the match award. Rio Vandermeer 3 overs, 1 for 13, 1 over for 9 runs for Wies. Now, as far as Perth Scorchers were concerned, the only thing that one could talk about was the contribution of Mitchell Marsh, the all-rounder, who contributed a quick fire. It was a good 52 of 41 balls with 4 fours, and one of the sixes was a real long hit at the Supersports Park in Centurion. It was 116-meter hit. Now that was a beautiful 6 hit by Mitchell Marsh, right out of the screws. So he was not out on 52, and Perth Scorchers finished with 124 for 7. The other contribution coming in from Simon Cartridge, who made 23 of 28 balls, and 19 at the top of the order from Herschel Gibbs of as many balls. Shaun Marsh made 7 of 9 balls with 1-4. Marcus North out for a duck. Luke Raunchy, the big hitter, was out for 9 of 9 balls with 1-4. Remington made 3, many duck, and Hogg was not out on 8. 124 for 7. and Titans winning the first match of the T20 Champions League, beginning on a very good note in South Africa in their home turf, winning this match by a 39-run margin. Now, this was the first match that was played at SuperSport Park in Centurion, and after that there was the second match played. Now, as I said, it was an all-India affair between Delhi Daredevils and Kolkata Knight Riders. Now, I was really waiting to see how this panned out. The reason being, in IPL, the Kolkata Knight Riders and Delhi Daredevils clashed, and in India, as you know, the pitches are a bit dry in the sense they are perfect batting pitches, or it could be turners. But I definitely wanted to see how this team does, and we know that Delhi Daredevils are absolutely strong on paper. They didn't have David Warner playing today, but they had Jayawardene Sehwag, Kevin Peterson, and I was really waiting to see. But yes, Delhi Daredevils, well, they did first with the bat. I wouldn't say much. Probably one could have expected a bigger score from them on this pitch. But this pitch was also a bit dicey. It was not the team that batted second had a tough time, and that's what we saw here with Kolkata Knight Riders actually losing the match to the Delhi Daredevils by 52 runs. The Delhi Daredevils, in fact, Gautam Gambhir, the Kolkata Knight Riders, actually won the toss, and very strangely enough, one could say that he put the Delhi Daredevils to bat, and Delhi Daredevils, well, they went on to make 160 for 8. It was a good bowling effort, I thought, from the Kolkata Knight Riders bowlers. But 160 probably, Delhi Daredevils would have not really fancied themselves. But yes, probably with the batting order that Delhi Daredevils has, probably the score would have been considered a bit less. But in the end, it didn't matter because Delhi Daredevils actually won the match, because the bowlers, really struck it big and made early inroads into the Kolkata Knight Riders innings, and saw to it that Kolkata Knight Riders finished the match losing by 52 runs. As far as Delhi Daredevils were concerned, Mahela Jayawardene and Virendra Sehwag opened the innings. Jayawardene's contribution was 21 of 19 balls with 4 fours. Sehwag made 22 of 17 balls with 2 fours and 1 6. Kevin Peterson contributed 14 of 18 balls with 1 4. It was good to see Kevin Peterson back. As far as the Delhi Daredevils score was concerned, 160 was only the top 5 were able to reach double figures. In fact, this was a good partnership between from 64 for 3 when Peterson departed in the 10th over. It went on to 127. That was a good partnership, thanks to some very good play by Ross Taylor, who played some very good strokes, and Unmukh Chand, the youth from, is a promising youth from India. He made a good contribution of 40, and that should do him lots of confidence. Unmukh Chand has been doing well there in the domestic circuit, so today he would have done his confidence a lot of good here, because he was there in that partnership with Ross Taylor for the 4th wicket, contributing 40 useful runs of 27 deliveries, 4 fours and 2 sixes, and Ross Taylor's contribution was 36 of 24, 1 4 and 2 sixes. Irfan Pathan was not out on 7 of 6 balls. Other than that, there was not any contributions. Oja was out for a duck. Negi was out for 1. Agarkar was out for 8. 160 for 8 was the final score for Delhi Daredevils on the board. Look at the bowling. Brett Lee, absolutely superb. He was on the money. He was keeping the runs down. He was picking the wickets. He was making the batsmen struggle, which was very, very good to see. At this age, Brett Lee, even though he's retired from international cricket, the way he bowled, it was a real treat to watch him. 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 19 in a 20-over cricket is some superb analysis. But the person, his partner Balaji, was very, very disappointing. He was carted around the park by all the Delhi Daredevils batsmen. He was easy meat for the Delhi Daredevils batsmen. His 4 overs was crashed for 61 runs, which is a very, very poor effort on the part of Balaji. Very, very terrible bowling there, I would say. Balaji was carted for 61 runs of 4 overs with 2 wickets to show. Kallis bowled 4 overs, 1 for 25. But Sunil Narine, as usual, weaving his magic, making runs very, very difficult to come by. His contribution was 4 overs, no maiden, 3 wickets for 21 runs. 1 for 22 for Pradeep Sangwan, and 1 over for 6 runs for Rajat Bhatia. Now, Kolkata Knight Riders, chasing 161, started off with their openers Gambhir and Bisla. And in fact, Kolkata Knight Riders were rocked early. They were reduced to a stage where they were 4 for 3. The first to go was Pathan was the one who gave them the breakthrough, Irfan Pathan. got Gambhir to hit a ball to Peterson, spooned the ball for a catch, and he was gone for a duck, so that made it 1-for-1. As far as Bisla was concerned, it was a beautiful delivery from Matan. The ball was shaping, pitching on the leg stump and shaping towards the middle stump. Bisla missed it, and up went the umpire's finger. Manvinder Bisla was LBW ball, Patan for 1. And then Moni Morkel came in and dismissed Brendan McCullum, and that made the score 3-for-3 at that stage. And Jack Scally, as I said, there was some vagaries in the pitch. The ball was lifting from the good length spot, and Jack Scalise was hit a good blow by Moni Morkel, and unfortunately Jack Scalise couldn't take any further participation in the game, and he retired hurt for a duck. So probably one could not really read into it and say probably Jack Scalise would have been there, and Kolkata might have really got into the finishing line. But it was very sad. Jack Scalise retired hurt for a duck. He couldn't take any further part in the game, and I hope everything is fine. And it would be something, a shame if Jack Scalise couldn't really continue, because it is his home turf and he would love to play against his home crowd. Now, as far as Kolkata Knight Riders were concerned, they started slipping into the mire after that. Yusuf Pathan couldn't contribute much. He made only 11 of 11 balls with 1-4. Manoj Tiwari was the highest scorer with 33 of 38 balls with 2 4s and 1 6 in that losing effort. Rajat Bhatia made 22 of 37 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. Brett Lee made 13 of 11 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. Sangwan was not out on 11. And as I said, it was always going to be difficult with the cream dismissed. As I said, Manvinder Bisla, Gambhir, McCullum, Callis gone, and only Manoj Tiwari and Pathan to do something. But probably it was too much for them to really handle. So Kolkata Knight Riders finishing with 108 for 7 of their 20 overs, losing the match eventually by 52 runs. Bowling, I've already spoken about. Irfan Pathan's bowling figures. They were the ones, Irfan Pathan and Morkel were the ones who really rocked this Kolkata Knight Riders batting order. Irfan Pathan bowled superbly. 4 overs no maiden, 2 for 19. In fact, it also netted him the man of the match, and I think it was right so. The ball that dismissed Bisla was a real beauty of a delivery. Moni Morkel, 4 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 25, bowled excellently. Umesh Yadav, 4 overs, no maiden, 2 for 30, absolutely on the money. Agarkar bowled 1 for 21 of 4, and Negi, 4 overs, just cost him 18 runs. So 2 matches gone, and the victory is on the first day to Titans of South Africa, and as I said, All India affair there for Kolkata Knight Riders, losing the match by 50 runs. As I said, Gautam Gambhir would be really ruining the fact that why did he actually put the Delhi Daredevils into bat. Probably was thinking that Delhi Daredevils they have some good batting order, and they would be easy for them to chase with this such a huge batting order. Probably one does not know what was the thinking behind Gautam Gambhir inserting the Delhi Daredevils to bat, but that was it. In fact, Kolkata Knight Riders losing the match by 52 runs to Delhi Daredevils. Delhi Daredevils always looking very, very strong on paper, but today I thought the batting and bowling really performed admirably for Delhi, and they won the match. So both the teams have taken points there. As far as Titans and Delhi Daredevils, they have taken 4 points. So tomorrow's game coming up is which is going to be played at the Wanderers, in the Bull Ring as you call it, in Johannesburg. It's the Chennai Super Kings versus the Sydney Sixers, the Big Bash champions at Johannesburg. And the second match which is coming up is the local team Lions versus the Mumbai Indians at Johannesburg. So there are 2 matches coming up tomorrow. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, on this note, your host Ram would like to end the cricket show for today, but promising you that I'll be back with a full match report on both those matches tomorrow. Until then, it's your host Ram saying goodbye. Thank you.